Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make some really awesome Indian dishes, really nutritious, super healthy, and plant-based. Let's go. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My passion is to make really healthy food incredibly delicious. So if you like videos like this, please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as hit the bell so that you're notified when I make another video. This dish was inspired by an Indian classic, butter chicken. I wanted to make it with plant-based ingredients and I wanted to add lots of veggies to it, but also make it mild enough that anybody could eat it. Now you're welcome to spice it up. I always do. Please look below for full recipe and ingredients list. Here is what I have on hand. I had brown basmati rice. Basmati would be the traditional choice. I had fire roasted tomatoes. Wanted to use those. I also used tomato paste. Those are all the seasonings that I had on hand: cinnamon, curry powder, turmeric, garam masala. And then I had some roasted red peppers, which just added a familiar taste. Garlic ginger paste, ghee. If you don't have if you're vegan, don't use ghee. You can use olive oil or any other oil. And then there are all our veggies. Cauliflower is our main veggie, and then the other ones are there for just kind of added nutrition as well as flavor. So you start with your pan of choice. I use my enamel Dutch oven, for virtually everything. So I'm going to get about 3 to 4 tablespoons of your oil or butter of choice. Get that nice and hot and add in your chopped and diced onions. I used a very large white onion and some red onion that I had remaining. More onion the better, to be honest. And 4 or 5 fresh garlic cloves, as well as an inch stick of fresh ginger. Get that salted so it can start tenderizing. And then I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon of garlic ginger paste. If you don't have both, just go heavy on the one you do have. So we're just going to get that heated up. You're really starting to smell beautiful with all those aromatics. It's only going to get better from here, guys. So I had Thai chili paste, red Thai chili paste. I went with about a heaping teaspoon. This does bring a lot of heat, lots of flavor too, but that's where a lot of the heat does come from. So I didn't use very much. I would have liked to use a lot more. I used tomato paste. I got 2 heaping tablespoons of that. This is just really starting to bring everything together and create a nice base for your sauce, gravy, whatever you want to call it. So now with seasoning, I went with, again, mild seasonings. I did a teaspoon of curry powder, a teaspoon of oregano, just because it's familiar. About a teaspoon, maybe 2 of turmeric. This gives a more earthy flavor, and man, that stuff does not want to come out easily, so there we go. It's also so good for you. I did a dash of cinnamon, just to give it a little warmth. And then I'm going to let all those spices really start to heat up and just smell incredible. Now, garam masala powder is a combination of spices, and it's quite strong. This one itself is on the hotter side, so I was again, cautious with the amount that I used, about a teaspoon, and mix that through, start coating everything. And yeah, it's just smelling insane at this point. These aromatic spices do smell stronger than they taste, a lot of them. So my husband is not a huge fan of curry, and he found this was a very mild curry flavor, which he actually quite enjoyed. Okay, so here are all our veggies that are nicely chopped. A carrot, a couple celery stalks, and a small package of mushrooms. Doesn't really matter what size they are because you're going to be blending them down anyway, so the smaller they are, the faster they will soften. And I had a pot of water beside this one, boiling hot water, just kept that going and was adding it to this pot as I needed to. So a couple big cups of water there. As you can see, it's just starting to really cook down and become pasty. So we're gonna allow that cook. That's gonna be about 15, 20 minutes at least. And at this point, I added my roasted red peppers, which were already cooked, so didn't really require an extra cook down. But they also offered a nice sweetness and that little char flavor. Again, that's a familiar flavor. We use a lot of roasted red peppers here in my house. So these are fire roasted tomatoes. I love using these in soups and stews. They just add another depth of flavor. But any tomatoes will do here, guys. And we're gonna let all of that cook down together and just become one. So this is looking pretty good. We've got lots of beautiful softened vegetables in there. So now I'm gonna add all of this into my blender and create the gravy, the base for this curry dish. So I have a fairly high powered blender. It's not like the top of the line Vitamix or whatever, but this one actually does really well. It gets the job done. And as you can see, after a good couple of minutes, I pulsing and then on a low, medium, and then high speed, it's really quite smooth at this point. So it's perfect. All of those beautiful, beautiful vegetables, seasonings, peppers, and fire roasted tomatoes all becoming one. So now we're going to pour that right back in to our Dutch oven. Add chickpeas. I put 2 cans of chickpeas. They were the smaller cans. And now I want that to heat up, start to bubble through the chickpeas. These ones aren't overly hard, so they didn't need too much time to cook down, but you want them to be a little softened. So we are primarily a non-dairy household. So I had coconut kefir remaining from my immune boosting smoothie, which I definitely think you should check out. It's phenomenal. But you could use coconut milk, yogurt, sour cream, mostly just to tone down some of those strong flavors. I steamed the cauliflower separately, only because I didn't know 100% when we were going to eat it. So I'm going to put most of it in, let it cook through. I'm probably going to add a little more stock. Just going to let that cook and see how it looks in a minute or two. Let the cauliflower warm up. Okay. When it's all heated up and delicious, give it a taste. See if it needs anything. If it needs salt or if it needs any added heat, or if it's a little bit too spicy, you can always add more yogurt or coconut yogurt. And then plate it up, guys. Add some rice, some naan bread, which is also going to be my next video. So make sure you check that out, my homemade naan bread. Garnish it with parsley, cilantro, or even some cooked down spinach. I added some extra cayenne pepper at this time, and I hope you guys love it. Thanks for watching today. Next, you should definitely check out my 10 best ways to get veggies in your people. In that video, I share a lot of the things that I do, a lot of the tips and tricks that I've used over the years to get more vegetables in dishes. And hey, don't be shy. Comment below. Tell me what you think. See you soon.
Make sure you comment down below.